Code Enforcement Officer Adam Ray Arbogast, Parsons Police Department, West Virginia. Police Officer Henry Laxson, Clayton County Police Department, Georgia. Constable Madison Skip Nicholson, Wilcox County Constable's Office, Alabama. Detective Antonio Valentine, St. Louis County Police Department, Missouri. Police Officer Richard Houston II, Mesquite Police Department, Texas. Welcome back to American Sons Podcast. My name is Christian.
And this is Hunter.
And this is going to be episode, 12 or 13? I'm losing track now. But welcome back, and thank you guys for coming back and listening. We have some interesting topics today. Hunter had a interesting thing happen to him this week. So we're going to talk about that. First things first, we just wanted to thank the Scooter Brown Band for their music for the intro and the outro. I think I forgot to do that last episode, so I apologize. But as always, you guys know, a huge thanks to them for letting us use it. So we got to talk about something right now. Really quick.
Yeah.
I just want to say something. I made this fire TikTok. It was a meme, and I posted on our TikTok page, and it's been sitting at 0 views for 6-8 hours now. I've posted it 4 times now, and TikTok won't push it to anybody. We're getting shadow banned. It's super apparent. And then this guy,
me, posts
the video, and it is sitting at what now?
The last I checked was 200 and something thousand.
Yeah, you heard that? Not 200.
Hold on.
Not by itself. He said 200 something thousand.
Oh yeah. We're right now. Currently, I am under 24 hours of it hitting the TikTok airwaves at 237,000.7K views. I've gained 46,000 likes, and I've gained netted about 5,500 followers.
Yeah, and we're at 2, which is me and Hunter.
Whoopsie!
It's so crazy how we're being shadow banned right now. I posted one video of Biden saying a racial slur that would have got Trump basically killed. And ever since then, we have just been going down the hill with our views. But we're not the only ones. It's happened to everybody. But do you want to go ahead and tell the story about how you made it and what you made and how it took
TikTok?
off?
Yeah, gosh. If you want to follow me, it's FookZ92, FOOKZ92. That is my TikTok personal page. And now, basically, I had a girl who I was interested in a couple months ago, actually. And she ended up, it caught my eye, and I was like, hey, do you want to get a dinner sometime? Her comment back to me immediately was, sorry, but dinner doesn't impress me.
That's a red flag.
I'm like, okay. I mean, the fact that I even asked you, I was like, all right, well, hey, I was like, fine, no worries. At least you're straight up like me. I'm a straight shooter with everybody.
That's true, yeah.
So the TikTok I made was basically me in plain clothes asking that question. I'm like, hey, I asked a girl to come to dinner one time, and then it switches to me in the camouflage, me hunting, and it's like, she said that dinner doesn't impress her. And then the third little segment in the TikTok was me dressed in my pilot's uniform at work saying, well, what I didn't tell her was how we're getting to dinner, which luckily I can be able to do something like that.
They were going to fly.
We were going to fly to dinner.
Where'd you have planned, like destination?
Lancaster or Reading, Pennsylvania.
So small trip, but still, that would have been sick.
Yeah, 30 minutes or 45 minutes.
Easy flight.
Away. Yeah, real easy.
Yeah.
But within reach, something casual and memorable. But yeah, I don't do that first dates normally. But I was like, you know what? This girl, she's cute. She seems nice. Like, why not set the bar high? Go for that. And she shot it down. And I'm like, you'll never get that opportunity again.
She seems rude, but I mean, that's just me. Red flag.
Yep.
But like, this guy is like, it's like watching your dad use an iPad, and that's how he is with TikTok.
Yeah, I have no clue. I just started learning it. I have like 4 or 5 videos on there. And then this one, I was like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to make one about this, which I thought about from a couple months ago. And next thing you know, boom, I got 250,000 views. People are DMing me and stuff, and I'm not replying, but still.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah.
No, but like, dude, I was adjusting volume. I just can't, like, I hate it. How we're like shadow banned, and this guy just makes a random video. You put some work into it. I'll give you that.
Just a little bit. It literally was like the shortest, easiest video ever made, though. The other ones that I make were actually harder than this one.
Yeah, but okay. But like the thing that
it just happened to flow.
So like before all of this happened, I was trying to explain how like the TikTok algorithm, all you need is one video to take off, and then basically you're set. So he went from what, like,
so last
10,
night
12
I had
followers.
Yeah, no, actually it was like 300 followers last night.
Okay.
Before I made the TikTok,
and then you shot up.
And
to,
I'm at like I'm at 5,800 right now.
So he'll probably hit about 10K. I'm guessing this video will probably hit about 1 million views.
I don't know. I'm at 2,000 comments right now, though. I can't read them all.
So the ones that go viral now, like viral, are hitting like 9 to 10 million likes.
Ew.
Likes.
I don't know if I'm ready.
So you're
for
talking
that.
about a couple 100 million views.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
hope my boss doesn't see it. Now, be honest with you, though, anytime I put an airplane in any of my Snapchat, Instagram, or let alone TikTok videos, what I end up doing is I do not share the tail number or any kind of information as far as names or stuff like that, just because of the privacy of the owners.
Right.
So.
Kind of like military, like how they put in their bio that the DOD doesn't represent.
Exactly.
What they say does not represent the DOD.
Yeah. Plus, I don't want anybody coming after my job either, just
right.
out of pure spite of being a-holes.
Did you hear about that? This nurse made a joke about wiping off women's eyebrows, and this girl got all offended and emailed his work and got him fired. Like a fully blown nurse.
Jeez.
Like this guy, now they're trying to go for his nursing license.
That's insane.
Just because he made a TikTok, and TikTok is defending him. It's just this one lady.
Figures.
So like you have this one lady who emailed them saying he should lose his job. He got fired, but then you have like 100 other emails saying to reinstate his job.
There's always one bad apple. So here's the thing: you can have 10 good comments on a Google review. And I know this personally because of the restaurant.
Yeah.
I could have 10 good Google reviews, and then there'll be one negative one because of that one time, excuse me, the one time they didn't like something or something came out just not warm enough or whatever. They'll go blast it, and everyone hops on the bandwagon off of the negativity.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to negatively impact someone than it is to positively commend them or something. It's like nature now. It's sad to do that, but that's the way it is.
Everything negative is what gets clicks or gets attention.
Yeah, it gets the more attention.
Yeah. I know someone else who has a company, and he has, everyone talks super highly of him, best around, and then there's one review on his Google homepage, and it's like not even true, but it looks so bad on the company. It's just one person out of like 10,000 people they work with every year. It's just crazy.
Happens all the time. And here's the thing. Reviews, Google, Yelp, a couple of other platforms, they mean a lot when it comes to business. Yeah. I know me, when I travel, when I go out, I look for something. If I'm going to eat at a restaurant, I look at 4 stars and higher. I won't eat at something less than 4 stars.
Well,
Why?
the good thing about 4-star or the star system is that a 1-star, it'll reflect and say like 4.5, but it's not like, the problem is all these people, they can be anonymous, different name, different profile. They can say whatever they want and make it sound correct and make it sound bad. And I like the star system better, but yeah, same here.
Yeah. But it has an effect. It really, really does on a business. Like I said, I'm on the receiving end of that too. So now I understand when I put a star out for somebody, it's like, hey, you did a really good job, and I really mean it. I'm going to give you 5 stars because you're awesome. Mm-hmm. And anything less than 5 stars is actually a negative, too. So anyways, but that's that. But there's always that one person.
Did you see talking about something else negative?
Sure.
That is being covered up. Jen Psaki.
Ooh.
Jen Psaki.
Let's hear it.
There was they were doing a press conference, and I don't know do you know which reporter it was? I can't remember which reporter brought it up. Probably Fox News.
You're making me think now.
Yeah,
we'll just give it Fox.
Yeah. Brought up the laptop, Hunter Biden's laptop, and do you remember the response?
The laptop from hell.
Yep. And
she did a whole Swerve.
Yep. She tried to, let's circle back, but circle around it. And basically she says, well, he's not a federal worker, so you need to talk to the people who represent him. And tried to she did. And then she quickly went to the next person and probably asked a scripted question for her.
Figures.
And it's kind of just the Hunter Biden laptop thing came out, came out during the campaign, didn't it?
It was
or during the election.
Over a year ago now. It was during September?
Yeah.
I want to say it was during the debates.
It was right before the campaign.
Yeah.
Or right before the election.
The election. It was during the debates, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Right. Everybody thought it was going to be like this groundbreaking thing, and Biden was going to get basically derailed over it. And, of course, they covered it up and didn't report on it. And anybody who reports on it's a conspiracy theorist, and they don't know what they're talking about.
Of course.
Yet you have Delaware State Police are actually the ones investigating it.
Yeah. What, the laptop?
Mm-hmm.
They have it?
From what I've read, yes. Somebody brought evidence. Somebody who was working... I can't remember who it is. I'll have to look it up and post it.
Wasn't it like a computer shop? Someone dropped off a laptop anonymously?
Someone had a hard drive that I forgot.
Or are we getting that confused with Clinton's emails?
Yeah, that was Clinton's emails.
That was, wasn't it? Uh-huh.
Someone, I forgot their name, but they were high up in politics. They flew to Delaware and delivered a hard drive to Delaware State Police.
Yes.
And then nothing ever came about it.
Yes. Swept under the rug.
Now, once you get into the high up of any police or emergency services, it turns into straight politics anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was some deal there.
Sure.
And they discovered it up and let it go.
Well, you know why? They're scared to death that Clinton's going to put a hit on them.
Yeah.
Be snuffed out.
Seriously. Especially with Biden.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that. My apologies. They will automatically commit suicide.
By gunshot to the back of the head.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just crazy how at least the Hunter Biden laptop thing is coming back around now. So that's at least a good thing. And then something else going on is the Maxwell trial.
Now that one you have to fill me in on as well. I've been out of the loop, ladies and gentlemen, for a little while now. I've been traveling for the past month and a half.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to make the past couple podcasts. So therefore, I haven't really read much of the news to catch up on this. So Christian knows a lot more than I do. I do apologize for not bringing you the latest and greatest, but please do.
Well,
fill me in on the Maxwell
I've been just
trial.
as busy, but I try to read up as much as I can.
I see tidbits here and there.
Yeah. So the big thing about the Maxwell, they're still in trial, obviously, and I'm following a page. I think the page was called Real News No Bullshit. Yeah, page on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they've been really good about it. They're actually there at the courthouse, and they're sharing as much as they can. But there is some witnesses. I don't know if they have any witnesses who are minors right now, but they're definitely trying to give people their privacy. And they had one that I read through. They had the whole witness testimony, and she was a high up celebrity in Hollywood, but she wanted to stay anonymous. But they could confirm that she was a high up celebrity.
Cool.
And she went through how basically when she was a kid, a teenager, her parents ran into hard times. Something happened to her father, and basically Maxwell and Epstein took her in and kind of gave her family money and for her, I guess, to come around and do things with Epstein and Maxwell. And she even reported on the stand during her testimony that Maxwell and Epstein both touched her and did stuff to her. And they didn't really go into detail.
And what age was she at this point?
14.
14. Ugh.
And that lasted, I think the report said up until she was 18, and then she stopped going around every time they would ask her. But they would fly her in. She had been on the island, and it was just crazy. And that was only one. And they have multiple. Yeah.
You just wait. It's about to bust. This whole thing about Maxwell and Epstein is just getting ready to bust open.
There's some fashion designer that is being, God, what's the word? When someone's brought from another country to the United States because they have charges against them. Not extortion.
Treason?
No, he's being brought, I think it was Canada. They dropped his charges in Canada, but now he's being brought to the United States to be tried for human trafficking.
Oh.
where he was basically he was supplying kids to other people in his group, like in his, I guess, friend group or his acquaintances, and they were paying for him to take part in human trafficking.
Yeah.
And he was overseeing it. Yeah, disgusting.
Yes. Yeah. Some messed up people in this world.
The good thing though is that is coming to light and people are being charged and put on trial for it.
Good.
So that's at least one good thing. But in my honest opinion, I feel like these are the pawns. These people like Maxwell, Epstein, this guy, I can't remember his name, some fashion designer in Canada. I feel like they're the pawns in not this game of chess like it's a game, but if you want to look at it that way, there's a king and there's a queen and a bishop, and there's a lot more powerful players in this human trafficking world.
It's huge. It's so big that we can't even fathom.
Right. And these people are taking the hit for...
Yeah. So riddle me this. Why does the day the Maxwell trial started, now this I did read, the CFO of Walmart steps down,
Twitter,
the CEO of Twitter steps down, and the CFO or EO of CNBC
MSNBC.
or MSNBC?
Yeah.
Anyways, those are three. I think there's 5 major companies that their CFOs or CEOs, people of power, of major outlets, resigned. Why? Why is that? I mean,
it's kind of weird.
Very.
And
I mean, it's a hell of a coincidence. It really is.
I know the one from Twitter. I forgot his name. I don't remember. I'm horrible with names, but
I'm bad too.
Yeah,
Actors, actresses, artists.
I can't remember anybody. I know the guy who stepped down from the CEO, I think, of Twitter. He stepped down and he basically said like it's time for Twitter to move on in a different way. And but the same day, like, there's no such thing as coincidences. Like, especially that high up, when you want to talk about that Hollywood ring, it's not that many people. And when you have one major thing happening and then another major thing happens, you should probably look at them and, maybe link the two and see what you can find.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence that they all stepped down the same
No,
day.
it's just like, okay, let's stage a walkout on school one day. We're just like, there's all 5 of us best friends. We're not going to show up for school one day. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like that in a way. Like, did they really planned on it? That they all going to step down? No, I think the Maxwell trials are something deeper here. Maxwell is,
or they were being forced out to step down so that they'll get out of the light.
Sure.
Before they maybe have to testify.
Oh yeah.
Get arrested. You never know. Not to say that that they're a part of this, but maybe. You never know.
Time will tell. But here's the thing. The truth will always set you free. Don't ever forget that.
That's right. Did you see the people marching to the Capitol yesterday?
Nope.
Or 2 days ago?
Nope.
All right, let me paint a picture for you.
Paint it.
All right.
Paint it all up.
So, about 200, 300 people, okay?
Yeah.
Black shirt, black pants, white mask, like a neck garter, hats and sunglasses, and they have shields. Like the square police shields.
Okay.
That are like clear.
Yeah, plexiglass ones.
Yeah. And then they had handles in them. They had lines on them,
Sure.
just like police ones.
Okay.
Okay. And they have American flags flying. They're carrying them.
Okay.
They're upside down, like a distress.
Okay. Yep.
And they're marching in D.C. I saw them in the Lincoln Memorial. They went in and out of it, and they said they were marching to the Capitol.
Okay.
And excuse me, but I can't remember what they had a banner that said something about like not make America great again, but it sounded like some kind of right wing. If someone marched in against Biden, it was something that they would say. Very like cliche.
Okay.
So you got these guys, and they're surrounded by police that are walking with them, peaceful. They're good, good to go. And it's all over Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and all these Antifa pages are calling for Antifa groups to go down there and basically saying, like, if you oppose fascism, you need to go fight these people and tell them they're not welcome. So wait. The people with the white masks and the black shirts and the shields are for fascism? Apparently.
Okay.
So basically, if you're an outsider looking at it, it looks like a bunch of right wingers marching, just like everything that happened on January 6th, whatever you believe about that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like. Now, there's no MAGA hats or anything like that, but if you look at it, it looks like a very well-equipped, well-organized march. But it doesn't at the same time. It looks like a bunch of undercover people marching, trying to stir something up.
Distraction.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at.
Gotcha.
And I'm saying that not just out of the blue, but there was actually another rally where a bunch of federal officers were undercover all over the place, and they ended up arresting one of their own undercover federal officers who was dressed up. All right, so I just looked up the video to show Hunter. I'm going to have him look at it and get a reaction from him. You see how well organized, well equipped they are?
Yep.
The shields are all exactly the same. They all match identically.
So we're just walking to the Capitol with American flags upside down, and I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah. So
okay,
you can see it's weird. It's weird, and it doesn't seem like.
What do they do when they get to the Capitol?
I don't know. And so, like, obviously, when it's worded like that, like we're marching to the Capitol, everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's insurrection! We need to go fight this!" Like these are like Trumpsters. Like,
did they finally take that wall down?
Yeah, it's down.
Good Lord!
From what I know, it's down.
That's the most ridiculous thing ever. But anyways, that's another topic.
How do we have more people in D.C. for the election than we do in Afghanistan?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's just a weird coincidence that all this stuff is happening. Like it always happens. It's like a wave.
Yep.
Like there'll be nothing happening, and then something important happens, and then boom, some event happens that takes all the attention off of it. So it's just weird. It seems like maybe
it's a magic trick. Watch this hand when the other hand's doing something else.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Media.
You didn't see much of this. I didn't see a lot of this covered on like news networks.
No, like I said, I haven't watched the news.
Yeah,
I am out of the loop completely. I have not watched the news for like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye on like Fox News and CNN, like their Facebooks, just to see what they're saying. But
I'll get like the news tab at the bottom of Facebook.
Yeah,
I'll like scroll through that like once a day just to kind of get the update on everything, and kind of like the tidbits. But I haven't had time to watch the actual news.
It's probably better that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Life's a little better.
Everybody just needs to turn the freaking TV off, and we're good.
Yeah.
So
it's just weird.
It is. So speaking of TV and stuff, there's something I really want to bring to somebody because it's getting censored once again all over Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. There's Omicron. Omicron.
Omicron.
Omicron.
Moron.
Omicron. Omicran. Omicron and Delta.
Yeah.
If you take those two words, the variants of these COVID-19, and you mix match all the letters around, do you know what it spells? Have you seen this yet?
No.
Media control.
No shit.
Take Delta.
No, I got it. Yeah.
And take Omicron.
Yeah.
You spell out using those letters from those two variants. It spells out media control.
Huh?
Coincidence? Once again.
What
wow.
Did I say? There's no coincidence.
I mean, why were they telling themselves? I get it, but who the hell is naming these variants?
Well, you saw they skipped Xi.
Who?
So I think they're following the Greek letters.
Oh.
And they skipped XI because it was offensive to China.
Oh, of course.
So this disease that originated from China, it's proven it started in a Wuhan lab under Fauci, by the way. And remind me, I have something else on him I want to bring up to you.
Ooh, I love Fauci.
That you probably didn't hear because you're not watching the news. And now you have this Omicron variant. And, it's pretty nice to see. I think a lot of people are starting to see through the BS.
Yes.
I think the more I look around, the more I see. And now, obviously, there's Twitter with all the bots and all the fake profiles and all that crap. But the more you look around, the more you're seeing, like, yeah, I'm done with this. I have a ton of friends that are all vaccinated. Actually, people I work with, too, that are like, I'm not getting a booster. And I was like, they're going to consider you not vaccinated if you don't get the boosters. And they're like, yeah, I know. And I was like, all right, cool. I mean, whatever. Do what you want to do. But I think people are starting to really see or understand whatever, like all the quote unquote conspiracy theorists have been saying since the start.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, it's starting to get a little late.
My prediction. This is a personal prediction here. Every 6 to 9 months, there will be a new variant.
Yeah.
For here forever.
Bro, it's just like the flu.
It's just like the flu. Like I said, we have beat this dead horse. I know we have about. It's not really a dead horse. It's just it's still an alive horse.
It's a running horse on one
It's
leg.
a running horse. But about this COVID-19 BS. Here's one for you. How did the Omicron variant get into Australia
Yeah.
if the unvaxxed can't leave or enter?
Crazy, right?
Here, this is where the part of the narrative just completely falls apart. I mean, if people can't see it now, there's going to be no hope at all, zero. And they have to stand up for it once and for all, and it will. Otherwise, it'll never stop.
Yeah.
But people of Australia need to just stand up. Which
Bro.
I've seen little trickles of video from Australia and France. Here's a real powerful one.
Austria?
Huh?
Austria?
I haven't seen the Austria videos. I saw one with France last night on my Instagram that came through my deep, dark pages of people I follow. So France, they had cops taking their handcuffs off and throwing them out in front of themselves. A whole line of cops, maybe 100, 200 cops.
What, like surrendering? Like saying
They're
like,
taking their
"What you
handcuffs
want?"
like, I am not arresting anybody anymore. Handcuffs
Yeah.
are done. They threw them out in front of them.
Good.
And like, we're not doing this. We're not doing France's BS lockdowns
That's
anymore.
what it's going to take.
That is.
Yeah.
It
And like Australia doing the camps. I saw this video where it was on TikTok, of course. But basically some guy coughed and his Alexa was like, please like pack your bags. The police are on their way to pick you up to take you to the whatever camp
What?
because we're all in this together. It was just BS. It was fake.
Oh,
obviously.
okay.
But it was just saying where it could get to, and like the comments were like, "Yeah, this isn't pretty far off for Australia." Like,
No.
I could believe this is happening, and it's crazy because not that it's happening through Alexa. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but they literally have camps in Australia that they're taking people who are sick with COVID, and quote unquote for them to get better and not spread it.
Wow,
Bro.
sounds like Germany.
Bro,
Camps. 1984. George Orwell.
good.
Big Brother.
Yep,
It's here.
it is, and people.
It's on our phones. Because you and I, Christian, we could sit here and talk about wheel and tire packages for our pickups.
And it'll be on my phone as an ad.
It'll
when
be
I
on
go-
my phone as an ad. And
Yep.
everybody listening to this podcast knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. It's on Facebook. About 5 finger scrolls down. Oh, there's a wheel and tire package for pickup trucks. The phones are listening to us, I swear to you. I've done this. I've actually tested this out. It's listening. I don't know how it's listening, but it's listening. I've tried turning it off, but I can't.
God, I'm on a list.
It's on there. Yeah, well, I know. But I'm just saying though, and everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, right, hundreds of conspiracy theorists and stuff."
No, but seriously, how many times?
I've proven it.
How many times do you think about something and then it pops up on your phone? You're like, dude, I didn't even say anything.
Yep.
It just popped up.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go as far as reading my brain or anything.
No, I'm just saying, like,
that's just
like
kind of
the-
out there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying though, but it's true. It's like I'm thinking of it. Oh, like wait, did I have a conversation about this with somebody else
Right.
in the recent day or two? So it pops up on my phone. Like, oh, it's interesting to me. Okay, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy that. I
Yeah.
mean, it is scary that we have a supercomputer that's miniature sized in our pockets that gives us access to anything that you could ever imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look how far we came in 10 years, just 1 decade as far as smartphones.
But it's also a good thing because I think Andy Frisella talked about this on one of his latest podcasts, but he was like, what they created is going to eventually destroy them.
Yep.
Like social media, because information can spread so fast they don't have time to cover it up.
Correct. Meta, M-E-T-A, make everything Trump again. Sorry. Anyways, that's my term.
I never heard that.
Yeah, you haven't heard that? That's Facebook's new thing is Meta.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
everything Trump again.
Yeah.
That's what I saw that.
Yeah, well, you know what they're
I've
doing with
adopted
it,
it.
right?
What's that?
So they're selling. They're trying to do VR, and they're trying to push for VR.
Yes.
And
heard
again,
this.
Andy Frisella was
You're right.
talking about this, but they had a really good point. They're pushing for this, and they're going to push it to schools, and they're going to push it down the line where, like in this VR world, which VR means virtual reality, where you wear like goggles. I'm sure everyone saw it or have seen someone doing it. Basically, you can be whoever you want to be. You can do whatever you want. Like, why would you not want to live in virtual reality world? And what they're saying is it's going to make it into the schools, and it's eventually going to make. So if it makes it into the schools, there's going to be like government assistance involved to get them.
Just think about the propaganda, the brainwashing,
oh my God.
the falsified information.
You're living in a fake world.
Yeah.
So it's just like the gender thing. Me and Dylan talked about it last week. If they can make you say a boy is a girl and a girl is a boy, they can make you say anything. If they can make you live in a virtual world where everything can be made to what you want it to be, you'll believe anything.
All right. Let me touch on a really deep, dark part here.
Uh-oh.
Where does God and Jesus come into this?
As far as like creation?
No, as far as where do they come into play with this virtual reality?
Well, they wouldn't.
Exactly.
Unless he wanted it to.
Exactly. Like I said, it's just getting farther apart, in my opinion, as far as apart from God, apart from the real thing, apart from
well,
what
I
we were
guess
created
you could say like you're playing God.
Correct. That's what I'm getting at. It's like where does that fundamentals and stuff? Like I said, there's some people are more religious, some people are less religious that were listening to this podcast. Religion is a very hot topic, which here we talk about politics. It's always a hot topic too. Mm-hmm. So I figure I could bring Jesus and God into this conversation right now by asking virtual reality, Facebook, Twitter, all this stuff, this supercomputer that's miniature-sized in our pockets that lives with us day and night, are the connectivity to it. Where does Jesus and God come into this? Or where does it come into the future as far as virtual reality and you being whoever you want to be, boy's a girl, girl's a boy? I mean, what does God have to say about this? That's just mind-boggling to me. Did he, you think, you sit here and think, did he even think of this? Did God think that we would even become like this in the future? Of course he did. He's all-knowing. But it's just, someone said this to me years ago. 10 years ago, actually, to be honest with you. It was during...
You're old.
It was, I graduated high school in 2010. Anyways, I was in high school. I was in my senior year. And I remember one of my teachers told me this. And it struck me. They said that... And the smartphones were just becoming a thing then. Facebook was starting to blow up, and the connectivity of the different apps and stuff. And they told me we were never designed to do this. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The apps, Facebook, these apps make our lives more convenient in the busy world that we live in. But we were never designed, though. Our brain was never designed to intake this much information,
right? This
much connectivity, this much feelings, and what's the word for the excitement? The brain chemistry.
Oh, I keep going. I'll think of it.
Oh gosh,
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
Anyways. It's I know it too as soon as you say it, but it makes you feel good. It's the feel good chemistry in your brain. We were never designed to have this. That is why you have, like I said, you have more depression now, more cheating, more. It's just going back to negative
dopamine.
Dopamine. That's it. So there's more dopamine now that's going off in our brains.
Yeah.
That's because of acceptance and stuff like that, because or denial or rejection. So, like I said, that'll cause depression. It'll cause excitement. We're getting that from phones now, connectivity, something that we were never designed to intake, and creating that falsified reality.
Yeah, Pete, they talk about, I don't remember where I heard this. This might have been actually from like Gary Vee or something, or probably Rogan, actually. But they're talking about these dopamine hits and how, like, every time you look at your phone, or the reason you feel addicted to your phone or feel the constant need to pick up your phone and open Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook or YouTube is because of that. Did you say MySpace?
No, mine is Facebook.
I thought you said MySpace. I was like, yeah. But the reason for it is these dopamine hits. Your body's craving these dopamine hits that you get from looking at anything. And another thing to hit with that is that we also, not that we weren't created for it or weren't made for it to experience it, but the convenience of having the answers a split second away
Sure.
takes away basically, I guess, your feeling, your patience. Like, you being able to access anything whenever you want to severely decreases your patience where you want things now. Give it to me now.
Yep.
I want it now. And that's why, I mean, at least I think you have these, like, every time you go on YouTube or anything, you have these get rich now. Like, here's the easiest way to make $1 million. Like, everything's like, do it quick. I want it quick. Yep. That's how everything is now.
That's it.
But
that's why everyone's rushing. They compile their lives. That's why everyone's so busy. Busy. It's hard to get with friends anymore because their jobs are so busy, with their lives are so busy. We've compiled everything into these slots in our daytime to go, and we don't give ourselves any free time. We'll go pop.
right.
And because we're so connected, we're so like boom on our phones.
Yeah.
It just
We just weren't made for it.
we weren't.
And it's not good for us. And that also feeds into the media stuff. Like, the more media you intake, it's just not good for your brain.
Turn the TV off.
Turn it off. Turn
Media,
your phone
at least.
off. Go play freaking Mario Brothers. I don't know. Just do something that doesn't require you
Go
to
outside,
intake
chop a
media.
tree down.
Yeah, go hunt or something. Seriously.
Yeah, pick up a hobby. Golf, frisbee, baseball,
Football.
whatever. I'm just saying, yeah, there's so many things in life you just open your eyes up and go outside and do stuff what we were designed to do. Enjoyment, not stuck on the phone. Look, I'll be honest with you. I am guilty for checking my Facebook constantly.
Oh, I do it all the time.
I can't stand it. I catch myself. I'm like, why am I so freaking addicted to this one app?
You see that little red bubble pop up with the number in it?
No,
You're like, I gotta look.
I don't even have it. I don't have notifications turned on because of that reason. I don't want the notifications on because I'm trying to train myself to get off of that dopamine fix or get off of that Facebook fix. But here's the thing. I manage like 4 different pages.
Right, so you kind of have to be on Facebook.
Yeah, it's just me. So, well, for my company, I do have like 4 or 5 other people who are on there as well. But I've got to oversee them, make sure they're posting the right stuff.
Right.
Because I don't want to play damage control later on. You know? So it's the constant, it's got to be there.
Something I did, actually, I think Jocko said this. He was like, when you get up in the morning, don't check your phone.
No.
Go take a shower, go make breakfast.
I'll get up, blink my eye,
I
watch TikTok, blink my eye, and boom, it's an hour later, hour and a half later.
Yep.
TikTok is the worst. It took me so long to even download TikTok to get it on my phone because of this reason alone. I catch myself looking at it, and next thing you know, it's an hour gone.
Yeah.
Now, it's a good thing when I'm in a hotel room somewhere because I can just do it, and next thing you know, there's half a day gone right there. Just watching TikTok.
Yeah, when you got a time, it's a time waster.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
It is. TikTok is a time waster.
It can be useful for that.
Yeah, but we cannot redeem that time. We can't get it back.
No.
Our lives, we only live once.
Yeah.
So, and here I am halfway through 29. I'll be 30 next year.
God.
Somebody tell me,
bless.
does it hurt to get 30? I'm scared.
My sister,
Help me.
I forgot. I think she turned 27. Sorry. Or 26. And I kept telling her, I'm like, you're closer to 30 than you are 20 now. Yeah. She hates it.
Oh, yeah. When I turned 25, someone was like, oh, you're a quarter of a century old. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, 30 coming up on it now. So, anyways,
I'll hit it in no time.
But we can't redeem that time. We can't get it back. And the time we spend in connectivity on our phone, watching Facebook, TikTok, Jen Psaki, news, reading it all kind of trickles back into everything we talked about tonight and touched on. It's all the immediate, constant, direct contact with a little supercomputer in our pockets.
Yeah. Speaking of that little supercomputer, somebody posted something on Twitter today that you're going to think is kind of funny.
What's that?
The program director for Harris posted this like paragraph on Twitter. Well, the longest he could post it. He was like, my name is Dan Gobin or something like that. And he was like, and I'm the program director for VP Harris, and I love working for her. And I just think you guys should know that. And everyone's like, what?
Yeah. I wonder how much he got paid for that one.
Yeah, or did they just post on his Twitter for him? Well, that came apparently, and I didn't know this. Like 4 of her staff have left.
Yeah.
In like 2 weeks.
It's a sinking ship, as people were calling it.
Oh,
it's a sinking ship. It's hazardous to work there.
Literally, they said she's like a bully. And I mean, her ratings are going down and down.
She's 28% right now. What I heard, the latest polls, her approval ratings are at 28%. The lowest any vice president has ever been in history.
It's probably lower than that, honestly.
It probably is.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how often do you see her on the news doing anything? Like, she's...
Well, she's also lied.
Yeah.
Like the border stuff.
Oh, yeah.
She said, I've been down to the border.
Fail.
You haven't been down to the border once.
Yeah.
You've probably flown over it and said you've been there.
She went down there and visited one hub of it all, and it was all just to paint a pretty picture to satisfy the Americans at home. And, oh, look, they're here.
The fact that
they're visiting it. It's not the worst of the worst, though.
You know, I...
Go to Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, he visited the worst of the worst. He spent a week down there, and he went through there, and he actually... You could go on his page on Instagram, and he's got the videos.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him take videos.
No, they wouldn't let him take it, but he would, like, report on it, though. Like, he's like, this is what's really happening. This is what Kamala Harris has failed to do and to see, is this is inside. So, that's
what we need more
Ted
of.
Cruz for you. Yeah, it's great.
You know, I was playing a video game the other day, and it's kind of like a lobby, and there's people from all over the world in there. So there's some people from like Denmark, there's some people from Canada, obviously the U.S., and there was this guy from Britain, and there was 2 other guys from Canada. And we kind of all just talking about the school systems, and we were coming off that shooting. Mm-hmm. So they just kind of were asking questions.
Which shooting? The one in Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were just kind of asking questions about it, like the gun laws here, and it wasn't like rude or like mean or anything like that. It was very like straightforward and good conversation. It was kind of nice actually to talk to them. And we got on the border stuff, and they were like, the guy from Britain was like, so do y'all just like hate all Mexicans there? And I was like, what? And he was like, I mean, that's what basically said, that's what like we see here. And I was like, dude, no, that's not the perception at all.
Nope.
Or that's not what anybody here thinks. And he was like, well, is the border as bad as people say it is? And I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, people are coming across in the thousands every single day.
Yep.
And it, like, blew his mind. Because obviously he's coming from a place from England where they kind of, like, can just freely go in and out of each country over there in Europe.
Sure.
And the guys from Canada were, like, they agreed with me because they kind of know what's going on. And he was like... He's like, well, is the Canadian border like that? And we're like, well, no one leaves Canada to come to America illegally. Usually, it's very rare.
It is rare.
But it was just crazy to hear him, like, hear what his media is telling them about us. And he immediately thought, and probably because of what the stuff that Trump said that got spun around, he immediately thought that everyone here hated all Mexicans. We thought they were all bad people.
Yeah.
It just blew my mind. It kind of made me not upset with him, but just upset with the narrative that's being driven. And so it was a good conversation, but it was cool because but to hear their laws on guns and stuff over there compared to here, it was completely different.
Sure it is.
And it's sad that they don't know anything about us. Everything they think is completely false.
I've had similar conversations with people I do meet at bars and stuff when I'm traveling for work.
Yeah.
And they're over here for the company or something. They're from Ireland or France or somewhere else overseas. And like I said, we'll get into normally it's a gun.
Yeah, it's usually
conversation.
Gun
it's a gun stuff because they're curious, because they're all anti-gun ever where they're at.
Yeah.
And they think we're like this country that's like, we are a gun-loving country.
We
but
hand out guns on the sides of
dinner. Yeah, exactly. That's what they think. They're like, no, this is not it. So, I mean, I always tell them, I always get them with, they say, oh, well, guns are bad. I'm like, okay, so what's the remedy with a bad guy with a gun? Oh, well, how did the bad guy get the gun? I'm like, no. He's got the gun. At that point, he's already too late.
Yeah.
What's the remedy with a bad guy with a gun? It's a good guy with a gun.
Right. Well, I always bring up, I'm like...
And that's not just the police.
No. And half of Britain's police don't even carry guns.
Just couldn't really say that. Good job. Yep.
And that's something this guy brought up. And he was like, well, can't you guys, like, what about gun laws? And basically was saying, like, take the guns away. And I explained it to him, and I was like, look, I get what you're saying, because you come from a country that doesn't really have guns. There's no gun culture. I mean, we have a gun culture here. You know, a well-armed country is a polite country.
Yes.
That's not correct, or that's not the correct quote, but you know what I'm saying. And I basically told him, I'm like, look, the country was founded with guns. Guns have always been interwoven with the society. There's so many guns here that if you take the guns away at this point, you're going to hurt more people than you would if you just left them.
Absolutely.
And they usually get it. And also the knifings.
Knifing, there's a crossbow guy too.
In France?
Nah, in England.
Oh.
There's some guy with a crossbow going on a rampage the other day.
No doubt. See, they're always going to find a way.
People always find a way. Fists, rocks. Look at Cain and Abel. He didn't have guns back then. He had rocks. Yeah. I mean, he stoned them. I mean, if people want to kill somebody, it's going to happen. Well, it's sad. It sucks to do that. It's the world we live in. But like I said, any bad guy with a gun, the remedy to it, the antidote, is a good guy with a gun.
Right.
I always tell them that they just stop. They're like, I guess he's right.
There's more use of guns in self-defense every year.
Yep.
Basically multiply gun deaths by 1,000, and that's how many times a gun is used in self-defense every year.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, really.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of the shooting, have you looked into the shooting at all? The Michigan one?
Yeah,
it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it's messed up. So the parents are in jail.
Yeah, they're being charged.
Yeah, they're being charged for accessory. And the kid just... Is
that new, the accessory? Or I thought it was manslaughter.
It's manslaughter. I'm going to say they're accessory to it, which manslaughter.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's what I meant by it. They helped. They were part of...
Yeah. What do you think about that?
The whole thing.
Because I've heard mixed things about it, and I kind of agree with it after reading
I saw
the reports.
I just saw the headlines, and I'm like... but I never read into it that much.
Yeah.
The only thing I did see, though, is the kid... The video going viral where the kids are in the classroom and the guy's beating on the door. He's like, "Hey, come on out, it's the sheriff's department." And then the one guy the kid inside the classroom is like, we don't want to take that risk right now, which is smart.
That kid's a G, dude.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, come to the door. I'll show you my badge, bro. And they're like, "Yep, red flag, bro." He said, "Bro."
They started running.
And they started running. They knew right then.
Those kids knew.
That actually, I first I thought I was like, all right. It was just a cop saying, "Bro." Legitimately, that was the shooter, from what I understand.
Yeah, no,
that was the other guy. That was really, he wanted to get those kids to open up that door,
so they could shoot them.
Then he was going to probably kill as many people in that room as he could.
You want to know something else that's crazy about that?
Smart on those kids, and especially those boys
Seriously.
standing up there.
You know what's something crazy about that?
Let's hear it.
I saw that on TikTok while it was happening.
Live?
Not live. They posted it. It was either on TikTok or Instagram. It got posted before it even hit the news.
Yeah, I did see that too.
I saw it before it hit the news.
I saw TikTok. I was scrolling through that day, and as it was happening, I'm like, I got done being in the air that day, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then I hear like reporting now, Michigan.
Right.
It was just coming as breaking news across the waves.
When I saw it, I swore it was like a drill.
Yeah, I thought
that's what I thought. I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. Like, it's a drill.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I saw them like run out, and they went through the window, and then I saw a cop with a gun, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then like an hour later, I saw the news, which is crazy, but that's what I'm talking about. They can't cover stuff up. Yeah. Not that they're going to cover this up, but information spreads so fast that.
So let me ask you this about school shootings and stuff, because unfortunately, this will continue. I hope and I pray it doesn't.
No, it will.
But it's just the world we live in. It's the evil world we live in.
Yeah. You're never going to stop it, no matter what the gun laws are.
Exactly.
Nothing's going to stop it.
So, what's the remedy to a bad guy with a gun? There's a good guy with a gun.
Yep.
Do we arm teachers?
No.
Do we put a resource officer in every school?
Yes, but you add another thing to that.
What's that?
Vets with guns.
Vets with guns, yes.
I've always said that. You take some old infantry guys, give them some plates, and have them freaking do border patrol.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I agree with that. Someone, like I said, it's got to be a good guy with a gun, though. He must be vetted. He must be good condition. It must meet a lot of parameters. He can't be 80 years old and kind of senile to go around doing it.
Right.
But
you got guys coming home from overseas, And I'll say this, like maybe not to the extent of them wearing some plates and doing border patrol, but all these vets coming home, like psychologically clear them. You know, they're good to go. They can handle a gun still. Like, because some guys come home with PTSD and they don't want any part with it. You know, give them a suit and a tie, give them a pistol.
Well, here's the thing.
And have them do some other job,
I
but
agree with
patrol
that.
the school.
Yeah. When they swear an oath, to the Constitution of the United States to defend that Constitution from foreign and domestic terrorism.
That kid was a domestic terrorist.
That is exactly what it is. It's not the parents in school board meetings. It's the kids or the people, the bad guys with guns, regardless if it's a kid or an adult.
Yeah.
It's still a domestic terrorist. They want to cause harm, bodily harm, and death. And those vets I've already sworn that oath. They've served for us overseas. I agree.
Bro, I know enough people that would do that in a heartbeat. That aren't even vets. I know vets would do that in a heartbeat. You know, all these vets that are homeless and don't have jobs when they come home or when they get out. I know a guy who just got out of the Marine Corps. He blew up tanks. He shot missiles at tanks and blew them up.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
Propelled rockets, yeah. And he just got out, and he's a correctional officer now. I bet you $1 million on my whole bank account that if some school board went to him and said, "Hey, we want to give you a pistol, a suit, and a tie, and we want you to do this job, but also just patrol the school, make sure everything's good to go," dude, he would have been on that like nothing.
I'll tell you what's funny. I just got asked on Saturday. I did a Holly run down to Tangier Island in the airplane.
Oh yeah, that looked really cool.
Yeah, it was good. I'm not switching gears here. All of a sudden, I'm bringing this back. I will circle back around.
Okay.
Okay. So real quick, I did a Tangier Holly run, and the guy who was a reporter that I know him personally, he took him with me. He's like, "Hey, I'm running for a local government position. I can't say it right now because he's
not public.
It's not public yet.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say who it is. But he said he's thinking about running for a position, and he said, "Hey Hunter, there's going to be a school board position open. You should run for it." And I said, "Dude, they do not want me on that board because I will raise holy hell."
Yeah.
And
maybe you should be on the board then.
Well, that's what he said too. He flipped it back on me. He's like, "Dude," he's like, you stand up for your stuff, and like you're not scared to say anything." I'm like, "You're right. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff. I'm going to be like the gender. You have a men's restroom and a women's restroom, not a gender neutral. You can't go into each other's restrooms." Which Caroline County just voted on that.
Yep. Did that go through?
Yep, went through. Yep, they're going to be boys can go girls can go boys. Gender neutral.
Okay, so anyone who's not local, I apologize, but I think a majority of our listeners are local to Maryland, Delaware, Virginia area. So my question is, how many of those people on the board have kids in the school?
Exactly, I have no clue. It's a very good question.
Probably almost none of them.
I have no kids too, so that's another thing. They're going to be looking at me like, why is a guy with no kids on the school board for our kids?
I think the board of schools needs to be made up of parents that have kids in that school. Do 4-year terms.
Yep.
Or not 4-year terms. Do yearly election. 2 years, whatever. And when that kid leaves that school, they're off the board.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like I said, it's a good thought though, making me think now about talking about vets in schools. It's like, all right, if I ran for that position, would I even push this? You know, as a thought.
Okay, well, like...
You know what I mean? I'll be like, yeah, it would be a cool idea to do it. I was just the way my brain works. I'm sitting there thinking about it, like, all right, what if I did run for that position?
Yeah, but you got people... Okay,
I'd have to change my residency and all that stuff, too. But
I mean, you have these boards, though, that are... I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, that are pandering to this sensitivity...
Yes.
Of something as little as the bathrooms.
The wokeness.
You think they're going to let a Marine patrol the school with a gun?
No.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
No.
So who's to blame? And I'm going to go back to the shooting.
Yeah,
because you said you didn't read the article, and
I touched on it. I skimmed through it, but I have got too much stuff.
But I have something that it might change your mind.
Sure.
Not that your mind needs to be changed on the parents
being
charged.
Challenge.
So the parents, the dad bought the gun
Okay.
for the kid. Okay, because I think the kid was like 16.
What kind of gun was it?
9mm. It might have been a Sig. I think it was a Sig.
Sig 9.
Sig Sauer. Yeah. Bought the gun. Mom took him to the range. Posted a picture on Facebook. Said it was his new Christmas present.
Ooh, okay.
Gun was kept in the drawer in the room, unsecured.
Whose room?
Parents' room.
Okay.
Unsecured. The kid had been seen multiple red flags at school.
I heard
looking
about
up
that.
ammo
People looking
at school.
Yep.
The day of the shooting.
Which also, looking up ammo is not illegal.
No, but a 16-year-old, I agree. But if there was enough red flags there for that teacher to see him doing that and be concerned, that should be an issue. That should be a red flag.
Yeah, I've heard there's red flags prior to that. People are they're looking into it now.
There's always a red flag.
Yep.
There's been past shootings that stuff has gotten reported to the FBI and they never did anything, and the shooting happened.
Sure.
Then we find out about it. Okay, so this kid is looking up ammo, whatever. If it's enough for the teacher to be concerned and report it, fair enough. The day of the shooting, and if I'm incorrect about this, please let me know. But I think I'm correct on this. The day of the shooting, the kid got called into the office because I think of the ammo thing or something else concerned him. The parents came to the school, and basically everything got cleared. They didn't search his backpack because the parents never mentioned the fact that they had bought the pistol.
Oh, gosh.
And they left. The dad went home, frantically searched for the pistol, couldn't find it. Mom texted him and said, "Don't do it."
Oh.
So does that...
Oh.
Yeah. So at first when I read it, I was like, all right, parents bought a pistol, kid got a hold of it. Should they be charged for murder or manslaughter? Negligence, I think, would be a good charge.
I would say negligence.
I read it.
They didn't make him pull that trigger.
No, but then I read it.
Okay.
Okay, if you have enough sense to text your kid, don't do it. You had enough sense before that thinking something's up. In my opinion.
Well, if I get all right, so yeah.
If the gun's just gone, why do you automatically think
the dad
the kid
goes
has it?
home, the gun's not there, and then he tells the mom, like, holy crap, the gun's not here.
Yeah.
The mom texts the kid at school, please don't do it. Obviously, they knew something was going on.
But this was actually during the shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
That she texted him. Yeah.
During.
They didn't know that, though.
Of course not.
So
yeah.
she texted him thinking nothing had happened. Right?
It was too late.
Yeah. So
damn,
I think it's an appropriate charge. A lot of people might disagree with me, but when you take all the factors in, we talk about this saying actus reus and mens rea. And in criminal justice, the actus reus is the thought of, the actus reus is the actual action of, say, in this case, pulling the trigger. The mens rea is the thought. So if you have the mens rea, but you don't have the actus reus, you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
If you have the actus reus, say you hit somebody with your car, but you have no mens rea, it's a different charge because you did the action, but there was no forethought. You didn't plan it. But in this case, if the parents knew enough, it just seems weird to me that the gun's gone, parents text the kid, don't do it. Well, the mom does.
Yeah.
And when he was looking up ammo on his phone, now this isn't a big deal, but when he was looking up ammo on his phone, the mom told him she didn't really care, just don't get caught doing that again.
Yeah.
Not that that's a red flag. Like that and looking up ammo. I mean, at 16, I could have been searching for rifles or ammo. That wouldn't have been off color for me for hunting. Yeah.
I was back in the day. Now here's the thing, though. I had a pocket knife in school. I was allowed to carry pocket knives.
Yeah.
That was a decade ago. Over a decade. It was different.
I'll tell you what. When I hit high school, they were a little different about that. But.
Oh, I know they were. I'm just saying that we had pocket knives in school. I know. I had one. I know like 5-10 other guys that had them.
Yeah.
They just had them.
Yeah. They're a tool.
They were a tool. They weren't a weapon
you weren't
back
gonna
then.
stab
like I
somebody
said,
with
the
it.
time has changed in the past decade to now. It's like once again the connectivity, the poison that's put into our brains. Anyway, I'm not going on that tangent again.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is I agree. They should be charged with negligence.
At least negligence.
At least.
Yeah.
But they, at the end of the day, did not make their kid pull that trigger.
Absolutely not. No. It just seems weird that every time one of these events happens, there's some kind of red flag beforehand.
They play in a lot of GTA.
Almost, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Always. There's not even a red flag to that simple term. Like they're sent to the office. They have like mental issues to some effect. They have depression. There's some kind of issue that you think someone, or usually someone does pick up on it and reports it to somebody, and then nothing happens.
Sure. It's all right. So they'll have some kind of mental problem.
Yeah.
Then they'll go, the parents at home don't care, or they may care, but they go home and play GTA. I'm not hating on GTA because I know I played it when I was a kid too, a little bit. But Grand Theft Auto, GTA is a game, play on the Xbox and I think PS as well.
Yeah.
But it's a virtual reality in a way. You can
do
whatever you want in the game. You can kill people, you can steal vehicles, you make money, do drugs, prostitutes. It's not for kids.
No.
And kids meaning 17 and younger. And that's why they have M for mature on there.
Yeah.
The parents will be like, oh, okay, that's fine. Here you go, Jimmy. You can have this game. Go play it. And like I said, it puts that, it's okay to kill somebody inside the kid's head that's already has mental problems leading up to there.
Yeah.
It's creating that a spark creates a small fire, which could burn an entire forest down.
Almost like a dopamine hit.
Almost like a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I mean, I'll say, like, when I was growing up, I played Call of Duty and Halo and stuff like that. I was never allowed to play GTA just because my mother knew what was in it and whatever. And I have it now, but I'm also 24 and know the difference between a game and real life.
Yes.
And I will say, I have nothing against violent video games. I play them all the time. It's whatever. I watch esports. I'm a big fan of that. But a kid who might be raised in an abusive household, might have mental issues, doesn't know the difference, playing these games could trigger something. I mean, I could totally see that. And,
sure.
It's horrible that this happened, but I'm just going to say it again. There's always some kind of red flag.
There is.
Always.
Here's another thing that's changed. I actually, my high school sweetheart, girlfriend, I guess in high school during my senior year, we ended up taking off school for like 2 hours early, getting out to go hunting together. Right? Mm-hmm. So we left the school and went hunting. Obviously, hunting deer requires a firearm. So, yeah, I had a 25-06 in the back of my pickup truck, or back seat, locked up.
Yeah.
The ammo was separate and all this good stuff, but it was in a soft case in the back of my pickup. It never came inside the school or whatever. But in fact, it was on school property. Today, if someone knew about it, I was telling my buddy, like, "Hey, what are you doing after school?" "Oh, I'm going on a date." They're like, "What do you mean? What kind of date?" "Well, I'm going to take Rachel and we're going to go hunting." That was like the one-time thing, but it was cool. It stands out in my brain the fact that I had a gun on school property.
Yeah.
Even though it was in the backseat of my pickup, I never touched it until I got to the hunting stand later. But you try doing that today.
Well, actually,
tell your friends about it.
When I was in your shoes, actually, I think my senior year, we headmaster had changed. Me and Hunter went to the same school.
Yeah,
obviously he's much older than I am, but headmaster had changed, and I had they were doing a thing with the headmaster where we were going to go skeet shooting. Some cool. Senior guys, we went skeet shooting. And I had, talked to them prior. I said, "Hey, I live an hour away. Is there any way I could bring my gun to school? Somehow I'll keep it locked up in my truck, whatever you want. I just don't want to have to drive home and then go there." Sure. And I said, I can bring it in, put it in the principal's office, or however you want to do this, I'm game.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Nah, just keep it in your truck.
Yep.
Just keep it locked up. Just make sure your truck is locked, put it under the seat, no one sees it, keep it quiet." And I was like, cool. That's cool. Now, and for the viewers out there, Christian, like I said, we went to a private school. Yeah, public school that might have not.
Yeah, they wouldn't fly in a public school.
Yeah.
But like I said, we went to a private school, and it was more like that hometown thing. Everybody kind of knew everybody and trusted each other. So that might have a little bit of an effect on it. But, yeah.
But at the same time, it's a high school. At that point, I was 17. I legally owned, at that point, I think I was 18. I legally owned a shotgun at that point. I had been gifted it. And, I went through all the proper steps, asked permission.
That's good.
And they were cool with it. Now,
no, probably not.
I wouldn't even.
Everyone's
ask
on
now.
edge. Everyone's antsy.
Yeah.
Everyone's on edge. What are they going to do? What's going to happen? I mean, it's just, once again, the media gets a hold of it, and it goes nuts. Look at Kyle. Media got hold of that. They twisted that story every which way, slandered him, and for a lot of things that weren't even true. And now the truth came out. They're looking like they got the egg on the face.
Well, they're about to get the egg on the face because
I hope so.
they're about to get sued.
I hope so.
I think he had like 2 lawsuits, and they just 2 equaled. I think it was like up to $570 million.
Was that on the 2 talk show hosts?
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I saw that posted, and then I saw someone comment, like, find proof because this is false or something like that. I couldn't find. I never really researched it. Once again, I was just reading it. I'm like, I could care one way either less.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right. I hope he does, but I don't care enough to look it up to see if he actually did file lawsuits against the 2 talk show hosts.
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't click on it. I just read the headline.
Yeah.
So that might have been part of the problem. But
Sorry.
he will. He's going. There's no shot he's not going to sue these people, and it's going to be probably for about that much.
Sure. I mean, Kyle needs to change his name. He needs to move, start a new life. Otherwise, he's going to have a target on his back for forever.
Well, with social media and everything, that's going to be hard.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. Arizona, where did he go? Arizona State University?
Yep.
They were calling.
He wasn't even there. He wasn't even going there.
He wasn't even. Yeah.
He was just a enrolled student. He wasn't even in classes. I don't think.
Yeah, no. He got accepted though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it wasn't even like
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were calling for the students. They were calling for the staff to step in and kick him out of college
For doing nothing.
for doing nothing. Yeah, but it's true though. They were asking. They were saying they were getting a petition together. They're like, no, staff. The admin needs to kick Kyle out for something that he was.
He was a murderer.
Yeah, but he was proven not guilty on though.
Self-defense. So you're telling me like you're guilty until proven not guilty, but then you're still guilty.
Yeah, because the social media is the judgment. Media is the judge,
Right.
of that. The jury, I guess.
Yeah. He's gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if he sues Arizona State too.
Maybe.
That's discrimination. You're gonna drop
If
him.
they did, though, I don't know if they did. I don't know. I just read. I know the kids were pushing for that, but I don't know if they actually did.
Well,
if they did, then sure, absolutely. There's
That's
another.
discrimination. Right
There's
there.
another way of putting that, opening yourself up to that.
I don't. To be honest, he was enrolled there. I don't know why he would even enroll. He don't need no college degree. He's gonna be set for life.
Oh yeah, not now.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go to college at this point
Well,
because
kid's 18. I mean, you can't pay me to go back to 18 years old again. You really can't. All the emotions are running through. You're trying to find yourself in life. You're just getting done high school, college. You're just going into it. I mean,
I couldn't even think about being in his shoes.
That's what I'm saying. I
Oh
can't
my
even
God.
imagine. I mean, poor guy. I really do feel for him. But, anyways.
He's gonna be rich at some point.
Let's hope. Let's
And
hope.
I hope he needs to just buy a ranch, move out there, and go off the grid.
Yeah.
Just chill.
But the bottom line is, the lesson learned here is, watch your mouth. Watch your words. Make sure you when you speak, especially the news, when they report, they can't wait to report on something so much. They'll just throw out a lie or slander
Yep.
just to make it sound really good.
Or be first.
Or be first to get it out there.
Yeah.
And turns out, the egg on face, here we go again. And now I hope they pay for it. And I hope they learn that lesson that they need to watch their mouth of what they say to defame someone's name
Yep.
or what they did. So.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's a good case of it. But
it's good to have you back, Hunter.
yeah, no, good to be back. Good to be back. Leave you one story.
Go for it.
Vaccine stuff, right?
Uh-oh.
I know. So I was up in, where was I? Bedford.
This guy travels so much, can't remember where he's at.
It wasn't Bedford. It was up in White Plains. White Plains, New York. We go to Bedford all the time, too. I get them mixed up because they're very similar.
Yeah.
Up in the Northeast, right? So to me, we went to White Plains, New York. We were there for 2 nights. And we went up to a restaurant. And the girl, so obviously you know about New York City. They're asking for vaccine passports and stuff.
Yeah.
So White Plains is on the northern side of New York City. So I
Okay.
didn't think they would be doing the same thing, which they weren't supposed to be, but whatever. We go up to this restaurant, and walk in, and the girl goes, "Hey, you vaccinated?" I looked at her and go, "Are you?" She looks at me. She goes, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "What the hell are you asking me for then?" I just turned around and walked right up to the bar.
Did she do anything?
No, she's like, sir. I just kept right on walking right up to the bar, sat right there. "Take a beer, please." "You have a food menu?" "Absolutely. Great."
Well, you saw the kid that started the no discrimination sign we're talking about?
Yes, in New York City?
Yeah, he went and did a sit-in.
With who? What?
He just did a sit-in on one of those restaurants in the middle of New York City, got arrested because they were wanting his vaccination card, and he wouldn't leave. He walked out in handcuffs.
So he got arrested for what charge?
Trespassing, I think it was. Because they asked him to leave, and he didn't leave.
Probably, yeah. Yep.
Which you can't really do anything at that point. You're just trying. But he's setting a precedence, and he's going to keep doing it. I don't know how many trespassing charges he's going to write.
Start that man a GoFundMe page. Let's feed him up, boost him, make him famous.
Yeah. He's got some balls.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, seriously, good for him.
I wish if I didn't have the stuff that I could lose, I would do the same stuff. I really would.
But he's just a kid, so like he's just starting out. So
yeah, I've got a business. I got too much stuff going on in my life to be able to take the time to put myself out there like that. But
I'm surprised that girl didn't pursue it more.
Which one?
At the bar in New York.
Yeah, she kind of let it go. I was with my buddy too, co-pilot. So we just kind of walked up there and we just sat down.
So that's on the island.
Let it go. Huh?
That's on the island.
No, White Plains is to the north.
Okay.
Yeah, not Long Island.
So it's not on.
It's on the other side of Long Island. It's on the mainland side.
All right.
But yeah, anywhere else up there, I actually had a good time, and it was just like we walked in and walked out. But yeah, pretty much it. It's good times.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for listening. I can't remember. I think it's episode 12.
No, 13.
Is this 13?
This is 13.
13. Wow.
Yeah.
I looked the other day. We're like 2 months in, 2.5 months in?
Yes.
Almost 3. So crazy. But thank you guys for listening. I'm going to throw it off to Hunter to do his classic ending here.
Absolutely, because I am back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is good to be back, and I hope to record some more with you guys. But do not forget to give a shout-out and a handshake and a blessing to your local fire department, your EMS, EMTs, our police department, local military, personnel that's come back from Afghanistan and Iraq, our vets. We all appreciate you. We salute you every day, especially the Leos out there. Thanks so much for doing what you do. You've got a heck of a life, a heck of a job fighting and keeping the peace for all of us to live in our freedoms. So, that being said, I'm Hunter.
I'm Christian.
And we are signing off American Sons Podcast. Look us up on Facebook, TikTok. We're on every platform out there.
We need you on TikTok.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we really need you on TikTok. And guess what?
Bad.
What is our email address, Christian?
AmericanSonsPodcast@gmail.com.
Write us. What do you want us to talk about next? Let us know in our email. Drop us a line. Drop us something in Instagram. I mean, somewhere. Anywhere. Slap in our DMs, you know. But we want to hear from you.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
I am the American son.